So I saw Captain America Civil War and it was really, really good. It was a lot better than I expected. I was concerned going in because I loved Winter Soldier but wasn't that big on basically everything out. I don't know, I wouldn't say I dislike him, it's just Winter Soldier is to me the one great movie in that franchise. But then, if you don't like Winter Soldier, you can stop it here because obviously my tastes aren't going to comply with yours. But I think I like it just because it felt like it was a good action movie, and most of the Marvel movies aren't good action movies. They've got action in them, but they're too heavy on the CG, too heavy on the fantasy element for they have much punch. And look, no, it's not as good as a raid. The action isn't up there, but the fact that you can even start to make that comparison is something. Thing about this film is it does feel more Avengers-y than Winter Soldier did, but the Avengers-iness isn't that heavy. The start and finish are still very much quite harsh and quite. It's not a dark movie, but it's dark for a Marvel movie at least. And some of the action is pretty brutal, all in all. At the same time, if you don't like anything Marvel, this isn't going to change your mind. If you're one of these people who has like a list of predictions based on your knowledge of Disney branding and advertising and how they're making these movies, I think there's only one of those which is going to be shown to be wildly off when it comes to what happens in this film. That said, I don't really want to talk about the plot, but the movie by and large sticks more to the Winter Soldier template than the Avengers template. At around the middle point, when there's a ton of characters kicking around, and on one thing I will bring up with this is I'm not sure how well this will go down with people who are just following the Captain America films and aren't following all the rest, because this is character heavy as the Avengers, but unlike the Avengers, they aren't trying to balance everyone else out. Captain America still the main character in this. This isn't something where they've got to balance everyone and give Spider-Man as much time as this guy. No, he's there for the middle bit, and the scenes are fun with him. But all these other characters are ultimately side characters, which I'm very relieved about because I didn't want this to be a sort of as unfocused as those movies are. While the middle is a lot more comical, and there are at least one or two lines which seemed unnecessarily silly for the rest of the film, it's pretty consistent in a not exactly dark, but at least a dark for a Disney Marvel film tone. And the action is pretty good. Like, there are two phases of action. There's silly action and there's serious action. Both are implemented very well. I do feel there is a very clear tone shift in the middle of the movie where it feels very light and campy, but I don't really have an issue with that, just because it's just entertaining, and then when it hits the final act, it decidedly feels a lot grittier. It's not it's not as good as Hardcore Henry, but god damn, it's better than Star Wars, and I think the last Star Wars was actually pretty decent, and it's not as good as Fury Road, but it's better than Jurassic World. That's insulting. Jurassic World is. I do not like that movie. So if you like the Avengers movies best, this is a kind of recommendation. If you like Winter Soldier best, this is a definite recommendation. And I'm not going to talk about the story, but spoilers. You can, if you're American and you want me to spoil stuff, send me a comment, I guess. If any of you like to send comments, I know someone watches these. It was pretty damn good. So, film of the year, like I said, Hardcore Henry was better, but you know what, we can't all be Hardcore Henry.